It's the NFL on EA Sports, and if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Seattle Seahawks and the New York Giants, and it's all up next.
It can hold over 82,000 fans, and every one of those seats is filled for this one, as our coverage of the NFL brings us to MetLife Stadium. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career, and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
Here's Graham Gano out for the opening kick. And we're off from MetLife. Here's Steven Sims with the return. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. So out come the Seahawks for their first offensive possession. And we'll get a look at their signal caller playing in his 7th season.
If we had asked Sam Darnold, coming out of USC as the 3rd overall pick in the draft, to write the story of his career, I don't think he would have written some of these chapters. But in the end, it makes you tougher. It makes you grittier. And playing quarterback in the NFL is a lot about that. Your ability to just withstand adversity and to continue to get up time after time after time. And Sam Darnold has shown that kind of perseverance.
2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. From the 32. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
3rd and long for him here. Complete beyond the marker. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Walker now from the gun. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Bobby Okereke making that stop. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. To throw, here's Darnold. He gets it complete to Kenneth Walker. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Bobby Okereke making that stop.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
4th down punt from the Seahawks, and that means we're going to see Michael Dixon head on to send it skyward. So the Giants out and getting set for their first drive. And leading them out, someone playing at a high level over a decade after entering the league. He's got a Super Bowl to his name. It's Russell Wilson.
Kate, Russell Wilson's one of the NFL's most experienced quarterbacks. He's also one of the winningest quarterbacks, even with a couple bumps in the road in Denver. Remember, over that decade in Seattle with Pete Carroll and the Legion of Boom, there wasn't a quarterback that won more games in the history of the league over the first 10 years. 9 times to the Pro Bowl as well. Put a supporting cast around him, give him a run game and a defense, and Russell Wilson still knows very well how to play this game. That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
Coming left is Tracy. And he couldn't do a whole lot there. Minimal yardage picked up to the 27. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3. Now Wilson on the play fake. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
You know, Kate, my years in Indianapolis with Peyton, he loved to know the tendencies of a defense. In 3rd and short, more often than not, all across the league, you get man-to-man coverage. It really is a good time to throw. Unfortunately, couldn't execute that pass in a 4th down instead.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And it'll be Seahawks football. 1st and 10 from the 41. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Bobby Okereke making that stop. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
It's plays like that, Kate, that I'm happy I'm the color analyst and you and your spotter are doing play-by-play, because that was a massive humanity, a whole bunch of bodies to sort through for 1 yard.
Here's Darnold. That's caught by Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
We hear about basketball on grass so much more of the space and speed coming to the NFL game. That play's so indicative of it. Get that point guard in the open field and let him do his thing.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Walker on 1st down. And he runs this one down across the 35 and inside the 30. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Motioning the tight end left. From the 29. Into the hands of Walker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. And they don't connect looking deep there, but this play's not quite over yet. So there's a flag on the field. So not a holding call. One of the linemen actually too far downfield that time. That's what drew the flag. So now, after the penalty, it's 1st and 15. Running it after the penalty. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Bobby Okereke making that stop. He'll take 5 on the carry. That gets him back to even. 2nd and 10 now.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Tight end going in motion here. Flushed out of the pocket. Steps up, and he's running with it. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. They get 19, and now they're going to have first and goal.
Well, there was no sense in taking a risk down the field when a first down was just a run away. They'll get to reset now and figure out just how they want to attack a new set of downs.
This offense in position now. It's first and goal. Working inside the red zone. He's got it! Touchdown, Seattle! So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Now it's Jason Myers on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Seahawks will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Gray now on the return. And look at this return. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. The Giants taking the field for their second possession. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3-and-out to begin this game. On first down, it's Wilson. Caught by Theo Johnson. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. Second and 6 coming up here. Shotgun snap for Wilson. Got a man. Robinson has it. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Tracy. And he's only going to take this forward to about the 38. It's a gain of only 1 yard. That's going to leave him with a 4th and 2. The Giants are set to punt. And he'll try to have his second punt top his first one. Pulled in at the 20. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And it's going to be their football coming up. They go play action on first. He's trying to push the field. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Cooper caught the intended receiver. And we'll see what they do here on second down.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. But ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
That one's complete, right side. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
Well, that's a modest little drag route. But if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
And the Giants going nickel, third down coming. Darnold looking to throw. Caught by the open man. And he's out of bounds after getting across the 45. Give him 24 on that play. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
That's just a gorgeous corner route by the wide receiver. I bet you'll find, Kate, in the annals of football history, the best corner route runners as receivers are also the best slant runners, the best post runners, because it's all about change of direction, and that was put on display right there.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. He's got it on the bootleg. Finds Smith and Jigba. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number 1. Neither side separating much so far. We'll get back to East Rutherford after this. About set for the second quarter. Seahawks football here. They're advancing it well as they face second down. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Smith and Jigba there to grab it. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. That play good for 17 on a first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
They kick the running back in motion. First down from the red zone. Walker hauls it in. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Throwing now, off play action. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that play good enough for a first. That's good for 7 yards. And now they have a 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Darnold. And this is caught. It's a Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks pull out in front further, 13-zip. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
Myers to add the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Seahawks double their lead to 14. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. This return makes it up to the 25. This offense getting all set for this series. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet. The offense not shy about sending them downfield to try and stretch that secondary. Even still, one of the deeper targets you'll see him get. It's a shame they couldn't find a connection.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing again is Russ. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So now it's gonna be 3rd and long.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
Throwing on third, Wilson. Chased out to his right. He's running for it. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
This is one of those occasions that it looks so promising when you take off as a quarterback, and then you're reminded just how fast these defenses are in the NFL. Couldn't quite move the chains, but it wasn't for a lack of trying.
Here's Jamie Gillen on again for the punt. Steven Sims deep to return. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And it'll be their football. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Hand off to Walker from the gun. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line.
Hey, Kate, sorting through traffic, seeking out a runner, that is this guy's domain. And boy, does he know how to operate in it.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Running with Walker again. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Pretty obvious, this defense, man, they need more people around the line of scrimmage. But the minute you do that, Kate, you start opening up those throwing lanes. This is how balance takes apart a defense.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Staying with Walker. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Micah McFadden able to make the play. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
I've talked to running backs over the years, Kate, in the transition from the college game to the pro game. They'll tell you, there's just times in the NFL you got to run into darkness. You run into a lot of bodies. Perfect example of that in the 1st down play.
Buying some time left. He's keeping it. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Throwing off the play fake here. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
This offense has been in a rhythm, settled in and found it in the 1st half, but hopefully that sack for this defense can disrupt that rhythm just a little bit. Kind of reminds me, Kate, in baseball when you're facing an elite pitcher, just get somebody on base. Just make that pitcher think a little bit. Hopefully that sack for this defense does the same to the QB.
This is Walker on 2nd. We've got a fumble pretty close to midfield. And it's picked out by the Giants.
Well, sure, you're looking to try to get a 1st down on 2nd down. You're trying to create a manageable 3rd down, but I'll tell you what you're not trying to do ever is give the ball away. And that's what the offense does to the defense right there.
This offense making its way back out now. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
No, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, and they'll say, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? As a quarterback and as an offense, maybe that was the way you played the game back in the day, but not modern football. You've got to go score.
Almost the completion of the wrong team there. So it's 2nd down coming up. Throwing is Wilson. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside. Look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helps set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Neighbors with a catch. And he's tackled for a short gain. Second down now, 7 to go. Wilson to throw again. That's complete to Darius Slayton. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15.
That one came with a higher degree of difficulty. He had to balance focusing on the catch while staying in bounds.
Third and a lone yard coming up. A give to Tracy up the middle. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. Wilson now from the gun. He's got it to his running back. And he goes down, so they're set up with a nice 1st and goal as we've reached our 2-minute warning. Russ now from the gun. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. So now it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, if you can't get your hands on the ball and take it away, next best thing, knock it down. That's the job of every defender out there, and he made sure that one wasn't completed.
Russ looking to throw. Has it in close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Tracy. And he's in for the touchdown. The Giants make it a 1-score game before halftime. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score, don't let it go to 4th and goal, and he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
Graham Gano to tack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Giants chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Sims now on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Seahawks are headed out, and we'll see Kenneth Walker. They seem likely to carry the lead into the locker room, but some points here to end the half could make things even more comfortable. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. And now they face 2nd down.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
On third down, Walker cuts it to the right sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Now Darnold. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Trying again, following the sack. Has him on the quick hitter. And he goes out. Just needed one more step there to reach midfield.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, that's an example right there where you just simply got to be on the same page with each other and get both ends of the play right to execute. They want that one back.
Michael Dixon on the punt. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. This is away, and once again, he's caught all of it. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. That brings us to the break, and it's the Seahawks taking a lead into that visiting locker room. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to Orlando. Turn things over to our buddy Jonathan Coachman in the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. With that, the two squads are headed out of the tunnel. So let's get you back out to K. Scott and Brock Hewer.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome you all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Gray now on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Giants offense with the football. They'll get it first in this 2nd half. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Julian Love bringing that one to an end. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Staying between the tackles with Tracy. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. He gets a couple, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Now here's Russ. Complete beyond the marker. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. On the handoff, this is Tracy. And this goes across midfield and into Seahawks territory. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Finds his target, Robinson. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Devin Witherspoon there on the stop.
The defenders, they were ready for that throw, stopping him right at the line of scrimmage.
And the Seahawks adding an extra DB here. 3rd down coming. Shotgun snap, a gift to Tracy. And he's brought down for a loss.
It's results like that that drive coordinators nuts. Premature balding, gray, wrinkles, all of it, Kate. You call something conservative. The last thing you're thinking is you're going to lose yards on a 3rd and 1 run.
They're out now, ready to punt it. It's going to be Jamie Gillen doing the honors. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. So this one goes out of bounds inside the 20, but not by much. They're giving him the 18-yard line. The Seahawks back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. He's throwing deep to the left side. Looking for the back that time. And now it's 2nd down.
You know what I like about this shot down the field, Kate? It keeps a defense honest. They know defensively, if we overcommit, we could get burned deep.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Darnold looking to throw. Connection made to Smith and Jigba. And that's good for a gain of 5. Drew Phillips making the tackle. Five men in the secondary for the G-men now, ahead of 3rd down. Throwing with a blitz on the way. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
This is one of those times, Kate, where I got to put my glasses on up in the booth and realize the line between receiver and tight end is so easily blurred. Why? Because this guy can run. He showed it before the catch with a great route, and he showed it even more so with the yards after catch.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Now an inside give to Walker. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should. The coaches and players know it. Offenses are always counting on yards on that type of run. And anytime it results in a loss, it could be a potential drive killer.
2nd and 13. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Finds the in route complete. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him right. That's caught. Here's Zach Charbonnet. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Tyler Newbin with the tackle. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. He's got it on the bootleg. Makes the grab in bounds left side. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
I'll be honest with you, Kate. As you grow and develop as a quarterback, your arm gets stronger. These comebacks can be one of your favorite throws in your arsenal. Because if you trust yourself and you throw it before that defender breaks, you know there's yards to be had on the perimeter.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Gets this to Fant. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. To throw, here's Darnold. On the move, headed right. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks push their lead further to start the half. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Point after, up and good for Myers. And the Seahawks double their lead to 14. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Returns looking good so far. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. The Giants offense all set to get started. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. A handoff to Tracy. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. They go right back to Tracy. 7 yards on the run. That sets up an easily attainable 3rd and 1.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15+ at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Here's Tracy once more. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Quick slant caught by Neighbors. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, Well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
On play action now, Wilson. Has his man, it's Tracy. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down and ready to turn it into a negative play.
The Hawks dialing up the nickel D here, 3rd down. Shotgun snap for Wilson. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete, 4th down coming up.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting a completion in that area, it not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
So out now comes the punter. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Bobby Okereke making that stop. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Darnold. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Trying to throw here out of the gun. On target to Valdez-Scantling. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down. Here's Darnold. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Second down now, 7 to go. Smith and Jigba there to grab it. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. So now here's 3rd and 5. Darnold now to throw. Hits his running back. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. Pick up a 5 on that play. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Walker on 1st down. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
His goal is pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you can come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. They give up the gut to Walker. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 3 yards puts them back on the right track. Now they've got 3rd and 9. Back now, pressure on its way. Connects on the crosser. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
Well, that's sure one way to take the lid off a defense. Great work to find the biggest hole in the coverage, and more importantly, go exploit it.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. Working inside the red zone. Finds Smith and Jigba. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
1st and goal. Here's Walker. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Call it no gain that time, and they'll have 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
Trying again, Walker. And he gets in. Touchdown! The Seahawks have likely locked up the win right there. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. Well, we've been saying it for years, Brock. If at first you don't succeed, try that run again.
You're exactly right. It's going to take more than one stop to deter those offensive coaches from calling another run play. They've got such faith in their group up front to leverage right at the point of attack and punch it in on the 2nd time around.
Myers to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Seahawks stretch their lead to 21. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. He stopped on the return at the 27. Their offense running back out now. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. He finds Slayton. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here. From the 36. This is complete to Neighbors. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. That one gains 7. And the Giants will have a 1st down.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
Caught, nice gain left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
Well, that's a game that has its roots in preparation during the week. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of stuff. Identifying ways to target the coverage and creating opportunities for big completions.
And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Ernest Jones with the pick. And the tee before being tackled. He was trying to fit it into a window in the zone coverage, but by the time he let it go, boy, Brock, that lane had closed, and someone was there to make a play on it.
Now, what you're trying to do in zone coverage defensively is make that quarterback see a window that isn't actually there. And as soon as he takes the bait and sends it over the middle, well, you got 1, 2, 3 defenders all there in range to go pick it off.
The Seahawks and Sam Darnold heading out for their next shot on offense. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Walker now from the gun. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on a broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Running with Walker again. And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Giants' side of the field. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. Man, offenses love execution and plays like that on 1st down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for 2nd down.
Staying with Walker. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
They're set up at the 35 now. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he made the most of his running room on that one, getting it down to the 27. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. So the Seahawks take this one on the road. And it's not quite a full game shutout, Brock, but keeping that other side off the board in the 2nd half, that sure went a long way towards securing them this win. Made things a lot easier for everyone else to operate in the closing stages of the game. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Seahawks winners, as we say so long from New York.